Okay, Josh, Aviva Premiership Round 2. It's an away game at Sale. Looking to build on a positive first weekend of the season against Worcester at home.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to backing up last week's performance. It's really important for us as a team and as a squad that we keep consistent performances. No good the 5-point against Worcester and then going down to Sale and not picking up anything. So for us, massive this week that we back up what we did last week.
Does potentially going down there and sort of, you say, targeting that result, does that consistency sort of give you a better measure of the progress that the Falcons have made, even if it is early days in the season?
Yeah, massively. I think we've got to take it week by week, and we've got to, like I said earlier, back up Friday's performance. There's no point us dipping just because it's an away game. We've got to target each game as a win. So it's important for us to be competitive on all fronts. So yeah, definitely. So it's going to be a massive indicator of where we are as a squad.
They're normally fairly exciting games between Sale and the Falcons. Last year, Nicky got himself a hat-trick of tries, very nearly took the win. The year before, in gales and rain, it was a 15-all draw. So what are your experiences of playing against the Sharks elsewhere in the Premiership with your other clubs?
Yeah, always been tough games. I've played them when there was at Sedgley Park. Played them there when they were, backing off of championships, and then played them with Worcester. That was a very tough game at their new AJ-based Bow Stadium. So I'm expecting a very tough game, and I'm sure the conditions on Friday night will dictate as well how the game's going to be played.
Coming up to the Falcons for a third club in the Aviva Premiership, how has the league developed? There was a lot of heavy scores last weekend, so have things changed this year?
Yeah, it seems to be going up every year. When I left back with Worcester, it was very tough league to be in, and as a squad, we got relegated. So that was my last experience of the Premiership, and to be in this environment now, you can tell that the squad's moved on again from last year. Always trying to get better. So it's massive as a squad that we keep pushing the bar, raising the standards.
And how are things comparing to your last club, Ospreys, who were obviously sort of one of the top clubs in the Pro 14 as it is now?
Yeah, it's very different. There's a lot of, obviously with the British Lions, a lot of British Lions boys there, a lot of Welsh internationals. So I'm in a different environment here, and I'm in a good environment as well. I'm in a squad that's young and they want to learn and striving to get better every week. So I'm really excited about the prospects and where these youngsters can come through, and really people like Radders and Cameron coming through and really stamping their mark on it.
Is it a measure of sort of how well you've settled in that in pre-season, sort of the midfield combination was yourself, Toby and Maxime, that we had the changes last week which saw you playing alongside Joel and Chris, but there wasn't any sort of disconnect. It looked like a team and a squad in harmony.
Yeah, exactly. We worked hard as a squad in the off season, getting our game plan and structures in. And to be fair to you, it doesn't matter who slots in where. There's an expectation, and there's pretty much a role that you've got to fill. So I'm enjoying working with Chris. I know that Juan's on my heels, and I know Juan's pushing us both, and I know Maxine's pushing us both. So we're in a good position. It's a real good position to be in the centres where you can't have a bad game. You've really got to be on your top. So as soon as that starts dipping, that someone's going to be on your heels, and Juan's a great player, we know that. So I've got to keep up to date with my roles and my responsibilities in the team, and keep making sure that I keep playing a good game.
I suppose the great thing in that respect is that it's an assault on all fronts now, so there isn't as you say, a drop off or anything like that. Everybody's at that high level.
Yeah, you can't afford to be dropping off, because that you've got a world class player behind you ready to take your role. So there's no nastiness in it. It's all in good deed. It's all for the squad. So I'm sure there'll be a time where roles are reversed, and I'm going to be chasing Juan or chasing Max. So for me, it's being consistent. Making sure that I do my roles at the best of my ability and not go worry about other things. So I'm very happy at the minute, and I'm going to keep pushing myself and pushing Juan as well.
And off the field, sort of how are you settling into life in Newcastle?
No, really good. My kids and my wife, my partner here is really enjoying it, and the boys here are really good. People like Juan and Charison, they really helped me to get the game plan under about, because the calls are different, and I'm really enjoying being in the squad.